Hi everyone, this is Zeiss here. I got this notification about this midweek update from last Epoch, the game director Judd. Let's see what it's about. I was not really able to do it earlier because I was actually playing, but let's read through real quick and comment on what he has to say. Hopefully something good, right? Well, what an opening week for last Epoch. Yeah, indeed, it was pretty good. I already created 3 characters, it was pretty fun. We were absolutely flooded by the turnout and response to the game, probably. It's been out for like, what, 5 years? I mean, the approach was really good though, to release it in beta, so that players will be able to kind of direct where the game is going. That's pretty good idea, like I said in my review last year. Actually, having started as an after-hours passion project from the die-hard action RPG fans, yeah, it's quite obvious, we're in awe that last Epoch reached that many players, like 265 players online at the same time this weekend. The 39th highest concurrent user count recorded on Steam. That's a pretty high score, if you ask me, right? So, what's next? Right, ever. That's actually more than PoE has ever had at all time, and it's been out what 11 years. Okay, fair enough. I mean, if you like PoE, you're probably gonna like the senseless combat in this game too. Okay. We appreciate you all, yeah, sure, bearing with us as the load initially gave us trouble for online gameplay. Yeah, I only play offline, by the way, because of this. Because if I'm able to log in at all, I mean to even start the game at all, not to mention to log in at all, but I kind of know what problems they're facing, because I have quite the experience with managing large groups, clusters of servers, many servers and stuff like that, and how to set them up. So I pretty much have an idea what they're experiencing right now. But we're happy to say that we're holding mostly steady above 200 players in the game, in-game, and have made improvements each day in the backend infrastructure to support the demand. And that's really had a task, by the way, like I said. We'll continue to monitor and address any issues that crop up. Well, okay, I might actually try to play online, but not convinced yet. I want to take a moment to talk to you all about what's coming next. That would be the interesting part, I'm guessing. Incoming hotfixes post 1.0 patches, right? We have a good size bug fixing and quality of life improvements patch that we're hoping to deliver this week. Okay, we'll see what this is about. I'm hoping for some better controller support, especially the target locking is incredibly terrible. I mean, please give us an option to like turn it on and off when we need it to, right? Because the way it is set up now, it's not very hardcore friendly. It's actually terrible for hardcore, and that's what I only play. I only play so hardcore, so not being able to lock and unlock targets actually resulted in one of my deaths, because when I was trying to navigate away from something, transplant skill threw me right into the danger, and guess what happened? And my second death was game crashed. So I don't know, not very optimistic on this, but we'll see. Okay, weekly patches. So probably as they do so far, they're probably gonna keep on listening, and eventually they will finally improve it. Not sure how many years this might take, especially having in mind this is a small studio, it's not a large company which can deliver updates fairly quickly. But we'll see. The base game is really good, except the senseless combat. But you don't play Last Epoch for the combat, pretty sure. In addition to weekly patches, the team will be actively monitoring services and applying hotfixes as needed. Okay, that's good. But looks like they'll be mostly focusing on online services first. That's a major problem to them right now. Thank you for taking the time to report issues you found in-game with the in-game bug reporting too. Actually, that's only if you play online, and since we can't really play online now, it's really hard to report bugs directly, and the better way to do this is in the forums, which I don't know, nobody knows when it will be paid attention to. I'm not trying to trash talk here, I'm just trying to be honest, okay? Just don't challenge me, right? Challenge the argument, please. Have in mind. Expecting lots of hate and dislikes on this one, but who cares? It's an interaction after all, so thank you. Right? This is the most optimal way to report bug issues, as it also sends us your player logs and a screenshot if you chose to include it. Which helps us diagnose and address issues much more rapidly. Forums and third-party sites are a much less ideal way to submit reports, as we don't get this information and it's not immediately tracked in our internal systems. Right. So have in mind when you report bugs, if you manage to play online. Online services, okay. Let's see what they have to say about this, because I think it still has problems. But anyway, we're excited to see the servers holding above the 200,000 concurrent users mark, like in game at one time, okay. And that scene transition and queue times have gotten much shorter. There may still be shorter periods of downtime. How to play hardcore, having in mind there is downtime. Let's talk about this in a bit. Okay, softcore achievements, they do not count on my book, and if your hardcore build cannot destroy the game completely, it sucks, period. That's it. Let's move on. There may still be shorter periods of downtime, yep, as we roll and updates to improve the reliability after our turbulent first weekend, where we had some unanticipated bottlenecks in our backend architecture. We will continue to make improvements here, including making social services like adding friends, like again, solo hardcore, even snappier, focusing on scene to scene transition times, ensuring in-game chat is stable, again, solo hardcore, making queues continue to flow smoother and faster and more. Like, come on man, we play action RPGs, who has friends? Do you too have friends and play solo hardcore action RPGs? Probably not. You have someone to talk to, like, who's interested in what you do, but friends, that's a childhood thing, isn't it? I don't know. We're going to put out some information about what happened at launch that caused the instability under load, but we want to focus our backend team on improvements for a while longer before we pull them off to help us write this up. Pretty sure they're quite busy. I mean, setting up servers and routers and switches and load balancers and clusters. It's not only just setting them up, it's also making the game, like coding the game services to work with the new hardware. That's not gonna happen overnight, especially if it's a small team. Right. Excuse me. we're going to put out some information about what happened at launch that caused the instability under load. Well, they already discussed that, but anyway, it was mostly the matchmaking service. But we want to focus on our backend team on improvements for a while. Yeah, okay, blah blah blah. And also give them some much deserved rest after working through the weekend. Yeah, those folks probably deserve it. It's a really hard job to do this. It requires lots of knowledge. It's really hard. Localization improvements are ongoing as we focus on the quality of our translations and further coordinate with native speakers and quality assurance testing teams. Okay, so I do really remember seeing like instead of the actual text, seeing like there's no translation for this and all that, and some of the things were still not voiced. But that's a minor problem, really, not a biggie. And there was also like HTML tags in some of the tooltips. That's a good one. It's I don't know, negligible. It's easily ignorable, so to say. Okay. We'll be releasing improvements with our weekly hotfixes to address the feedback we have received so far, including quality fixes to all languages, menu suffixes, and what's that? UI. Okay. UI errors reported for Russian, Korean, and Chinese. We ask for your continued support in improving our experience in all languages by submitting reports to us via the official Last Epoch Discord. That's pretty good. That some people usually get annoyed by having to do this. They expect to receive what they paid for. But again, I think that if you find problems in the game, any kind, please do report, so the rest of us players can also have a better experience. And that also counts for high ranked players. High ranked players are really important to any game because they encounter the problems where before most other players do. It's not really just about being good and all that, right? And they have those kinds of players usually help a lot. And even in this. Okay, so it's about localization, translations. This is where how to report those. Okay, future content. That's the even more interesting part. We're excited to start to share with you the future content plans we have for Last Epoch, including our next major cycle, patch 1.1. Oh, sorry. Oh, shit. Oof. Let's see. But that's probably gonna be in a couple of months or something. They didn't really say how long a cycle would last, or I'm not aware of. Okay. The content coming for patch 1.1 is designed specifically in two parts. The first and most important part is focusing on and committing time to act on player feedback. That's pretty good. That's what pretty much everyone does. We are wholly committed to making the best action RPG in the genre, which I kind of highly doubt, and listening to our amazing community is a big part of that. Okay, that's great. In addition, throughout the 1.0 cycle, we intend to release quality of life and bug fix patches regularly. Let's see them. Secondly, as you all may know, we're going to have a heavy emphasis on expanding endgame content. That's really amazing news here. Now that we released 1.0, For future patches, we have plans to expand the monolith. That's good. Bring great new itemization options. That's also really good. They have very good crafting, a very good crafting system, and itemization. The item system is really good. It's very well made in this game, and more boss content. That's also very good. Class and balance updates. Yeah, there should be quite the nerfing in this area, probably. Some things are way, like, not way too powerful, right, compared to others. It's kind of not fair. I know it's better to have balance slightly off, but it's like way too much, man. Especially, for example, the profane whale, right? Especially when you combine it with some necromancer skill trees, for example. It's insanely stupid. Okay, let's see. Campaign content. I don't necessarily agree with this though, unless it provides some additional bonuses that we might need for the new patch, or probably they want to extend it for the new cycle with some new cycle team or whatever. That would make more sense, but hopefully it's not like too much. It's just some new mechanic you can interact with immediately. That would be much better, but we'll see. For 1.1 specifically, we'll be focusing on bringing some pinnacle content. That's a double win here, double thumbs up. I just don't have more, right? Or very hard fights that will give you challenges to aspire to. That sounds very promising. We'll be sharing more on this and more on what's to come in 1.1 in the not too distant future, which I'll probably also follow on, so we'll see. But I don't really aim to be the first to, oh, there's an update to the game, let's immediately drop everything and make a video about it. Well, fuck you. No, I would rather prefer to play instead and do such things when I can afford myself to do them. Just saying. It's worth emphasizing that 11th Hour Games has a strong focus on listening to the community, which I highly applaud here. That's the way to do this, that kind of thing, like that kind of game, as it's where our team came from, and we want to hear what you want to see in the future. So you paid for a game, but you don't like something, just let them know, and they'll probably fix it or include it. Or yeah, that's really great here. Like I said before, it's no words. We are active on the forums, Reddit, fuck Reddit, and social channels. Well, fuck most of them too. So if you want to see something, please do voice it. I have not read this thing before, but since I kinda know what those guys are doing, it's quite intuitive. You are not shouting into the void, nor do you have to amass an array to get us to take notice. We are there and ready to have conversation with you all, which is kind of too optimistic, especially again having in mind it's a small team. So bear in mind they have too much on their heads right now. We'll see how they will deliver, because here what we do is first we act, we deliver, then we talk, and in this case is slightly off. I'm not mad or anything. Again, the game is great. I think my review, I gave it 9.5 of 9 out of 10, which is really high, I think. Not that my opinion matters that much, I guess, but who am I just play a game, right? Anyway, if you know who I am and what I do, you're probably laughing a lot right now, but anyway. Sentiment and reviews. My review is still positive on Steam. While we're continuing to receive high praise about the game itself, Steam reviews and sentiments took a heavy hit due to stupid people mostly. Probably, right? But let's see why they think this happened. Due to the initial turbulence of online services at launch. Well, yeah, that was actually expected. And the problem is that the smaller team did not have the time and resource to solve it pretty quickly, because probably you know that other game you played and there was such a problem and it was solved in like hours or within the day or the next day tops. So I don't know. It's not about the money and buying servers and all that. That's the easy part. A company which released a game probably has billions or millions of dollars already, like at least in the 3-figure millions. So the problem is not buying servers here. It's not buying servers at all. Actually, they're quite cheap if you know what you're getting, right? If you know what you need, especially. But anyway, right? We are committed to regaining that trust by making I should have made this commentary while high or something, no? Would have been better, but anyway. Trust by making improvements to our backend infrastructure for this amount of load and providing a great experience for online play. Yeah, I'm looking forward. I want to actually try to play online. Oh well, maybe next year. We take time to read your reviews and feedback on Steam. My review there is still good. I'm just pointing out my review there is still good. I didn't change it. It was positive for like a year or something. I don't know. Sorry guys, I didn't sleep much and everything is funny to me. For example, even if you show me a finger it will be funny. But alright, moving on. To improve the areas that PC players are dissatisfied with, we know that seeing our Steam reviews lower than they've ever been is concerning to players who are looking forward to the future of Last Epoch. No, I mean seriously, if you wanna play a game, you go to reviews first. Seriously? Oh, that's terribly wrong, man. I mean, don't you have an opinion? I don't know. Oh, okay. But we want to assure you that the team has always been committed to making a game you can enjoy and expect updates from years to come. Okay, sounds really good. We've seen that passion reflected back at us in the community this past week, and it has bolstered our resolve to not go even further. Okay, calm down, Zeiss. Stop laughing. I mean, it sounds really good on words, but let's see how they will deliver, because it sounds too great. And I don't want to be like, again, I don't want to be a trash talker here or too pessimistic. I just know how hard it is for large and large teams with lots of resources to deliver. And we'll see how it will go here. Okay. Gamepad support. Yay! Please fix this, okay? Please do something. Send us some love. Because I hate mouse and keyboard, man. If you can't play with just a couple of buttons, what are you playing? I don't know. It's just too engaging. Anyway, we are thrilled to see many of you enjoying the immense amount of gamepad updates we brought for 1.0. Actually, okay, my review was like what, April or May last year, and a lot of the problems that I found there are still in the game, which kinda sucks. And I reported them, and that's kind of contradictory to what is here, but we'll see how this goes. Hopefully it will go somewhere nice. Okay, let's see. Coming, we have a lot of updates coming before 1.1 that will improve the experience even further. I'm looking forward to this. Then I may actually even main this game if they do good controller support. Because mouse and keyboard, those are for typing and aiming and moving cursor. They're not for games. The best gaming experience is actually on console, man. There's no like lagging, there's no like crashing, right? There's no like FPS drops and such bullshit. But okay. Okay, including better navigation of certain panels. Oh yeah, that navigation is terrible. I only do the combat with controller, and for everything else I use mouse and keyboard, which, especially having in mind this terrible inventory Tetris, oh my fucking god, man. The inventory Tetris, we still have it in 2024 of your lord's year, calendar bullshit. Okay, the fun is over. We aim to release Last Epoch on console. Big thumbs up for this one in the future, so making sure that the gamepad experience is top notch is a focus for us. Let me tell you what will happen if they release Last Epoch on console. So if they do that, patches, which are client patches, game patches, they will be forced to not release them as often. Why is this? Because, for example, the patches for PlayStation and for Xbox, they have to go through certification. And if they do release Last Epoch on console, they will have to release a patch, wait like at least a week to get those patches certified, and then actually release them on all platforms. Or maybe just on one platform, then the other, but then in this case, some clients on different platforms will have different game features or different updates, and it causes quite a lot of problems, to be honest. So I don't know how they're gonna pull this off. I think now actually Microsoft and Sony can do certification faster, but I don't know the agreement between those and this company. No idea actually. So again, I'm not very optimistic on this either. Let's read the final thing here in the final paragraph. Thank you all for your amazing support and excitement of Last Epoch. Yeah, me included. I'm actually excited for this game. I like it, but it still has many problems, like every new game, right? Let's be honest here, guys. Every new game has its problems, especially when hundreds of thousands of people start playing it. They probably find many problems that the developers, especially a small team, could not see or find, right? Let's be honest here. But remember, the good thing to do is to keep reporting so everyone else will have a better experience. Let's see. There's so much more to come, and we're thrilled to build this game for all of us action RPG fans. We'll keep you all posted with more news, patches, insights, and plans shortly. That's actually pretty good. It actually took way longer than I expected, so I guess I'm not gonna waste more of your time here, and I'm probably gonna see you on the next one. So, Zeiss out, take care.